Kirayaba! Hello everyone, it's Leo and I'm here to talk about episode 10 from Hirogaru PreCure. My favorite episode from Hirogaru so far. What a lovely episode we had. Oh my god, this episode felt so special for so many reasons, and I feel like this episode embodied like a core reason why I love PreCure so much. It was a very simple story with a very simple message, but everything was so effective. The characters were so lovely. They were relatable. I could understand them. I could feel the friendship that is happening between them right now. I just loved everything about it. This episode also felt special for other reasons. First of them is Cure's star appearing at the end. She is one of my favorite Cures. I love her. She is my favorite main Cure. She is my favorite pink Cure, at least so far. I mean, Butterfly can take that spot away, but so far she's my favorite. I love Cure Star. I screamed. I almost cried when I saw her on my screen and she said, Kirayaba, baby. I screamed Kirayaba together with you. And we also had updates in the opening to showcase Tsubasa in lots of scenes, even Ageha in the car scene as well. I really liked all of the things they added in the opening. And we also had an updated eyecatch. Not an updated eyecatch, a new eyecatch. And I dare say this might be my favorite eyecatch from PreCure. It is so beautiful. Oh my god, and Butterfly isn't even on it yet. Baby, this was everything. And it's so nice that we have all those updates right after Cure joins, because it feels like they're paying attention. They're doing what needs to be done. And I love this. So in this episode, we have Mashiro as the center. And I really like it. I've said it in other videos, but I feel like Mashiro is the more centered one, the more like regular one, the more human, the one that we can relate to the most. She seems to be kind of like the one that is watching the story unfold. And when she is writing to her parents in her diary, she says things about Tsubasa and how hard Tsubasa is working towards his dream, and how hard Sora is working towards her dream as well. And when it comes to her to talk about herself, she doesn't know what to say. You know, things haven't been happening for her the same as the other two. And I love that the show actually is addressing that. At the same time that she is doubting what she has going on in life, she takes the initiative of doing a welcome party for Tsubasa, and I love that Tsubasa was there in his birdhouse. That scene was everything. And then Tsubasa appears and he accepts the party and he wants to eat yakitai, which is a very similar plate to taiyaki, which is a Japanese sweets. And I like how things unfold, like how Yo-Yo shows them yakitai, and Mashiro just goes like, oh, this is very similar to taiyaki, and then Yo-Yo shows taiyaki, and like they look very similar. I love the yakitai design with the big lips on the fish. Baby, yakitai, you are fierce. But then we go to a reasoning why Tsubasa likes yakitai so much. He won a special prize when he was drawing, and then he ate yakitai with his parents to celebrate. And so he wanted to eat yakitai again. They tried to do it. They couldn't really replicate the taste, even though they tried lots of different things to go with it. Look, those scenes are very simple, but at the same time, they exude character. They exude charisma. It was so nice seeing them cook. They were having fun. That moment that Tsubasa sneezed because of the flower, and then he turned into the bird, and the flower hit everybody. That was so sweet. That was so lovely. And the bond between them is growing stronger, and I like that. Because Sora's and Mashiro's bond is already very strong, but now they need to add Tsubasa to the mix, and everything feels supernatural. I really love Ayumu Murase's voice on Tsubasa. He is working very well with this very young character, with those feelings that like he is learning to deal with Sora and Mashiro, but he already likes them, he already trusts and believes in them, so it's very nice to see their dynamic. I'm really enjoying that. Very, very fun. And then they leave and go to shop for more things. And then Tsubasa starts talking about the Yakitai experience, and he tells them that Yakitai wasn't really what he wanted to eat, and then it leaves room for doubt for Sora and Mashiro. But then Katon arrives. Girl, Katon is always so amazing. And I love how they shift Kabaton's roles depending on the episode that Kabaton is in. And in this episode, Kabaton was like the comedy villain. He wasn't like the toughest one or the one that was creating like a plan that would work at least for a while. The plan he created in this episode did not work at all because they noticed that it was Kabaton and they were like, "Oh, Kabaton, we're in the middle of something important here. Can you wait a little bit? Can you please shut up?" And Kabaton was there screaming for them to buy some potatoes. And those potatoes looked delicious. Kabaton, I would eat your potato for sure. I would not leave you hanging like the girls did. So please come to my house. We can settle that. But nonetheless, that scene was so funny. I really like those interactions that they have with Kabaton. It feels part of the show already. It has so much character. And every time I see Kabaton in action and his back and forth with the girls, I am dreading the day we're not going to have Kabaton anymore. Because for the girls to create this dynamic with a villain, it takes a little time. And this time has already passed with Kabaton, so we're past that building time. So we can just enjoy it. You know, we can just have fun with their interactions. And that's what we're having. So I just love it. And I also like scarier villains and tough villains as well, but Kabaton is all in one. So the only thing Kabaton isn't is a diva. So I wish we get a diva villain in this season as well. Because Kabaton is hot, Kabaton is strong, Kabaton is funny, Kabaton is scary, he's tough, he's everything in one, except a diva. But still. And he's not cute either. But the cute villains are very rare in PreCure. But still. So we have a 3-girl transformation, 3-people transformation, and I really love it. I've said this before, the dual transformation in Hirogaru Sky PreCure focused on Sky, and I believed it focused more on Sky because all of the episodes that we had with dual transformations focused more on Sora as a character. All of them. And now in this episode we have a transformation that was focused on Mashiro. This episode was focused on Mashiro. So Mashiro was the center of the transformation. And the transformation was lovely. It worked perfectly with 3 of them. The only weird thing to me is that they still haven't updated Mashiro's transformation. There are no big problems with it, but there is one scene that I feel like it's glaring. The problem is glaring, which is the jump scene. Mashiro isn't on the screen. There is no one there. And so we just see the screen with jump and then there is nobody in the middle. Mashiro should have been there and she isn't. So I feel like they should have updated to add her there. But still, it was lovely. I love the segment, the 5-screen segment. It's great. And we also have the updated shot at the end. I love it. I love the contrast, the way they work with the colors in that shot. Baby, it was everything. And then we get to the fighting scene. The fighting scene in this episode was really, really impressive. It really got me back to the old PreCure days. Because, you know, sometimes we used to have like show-stopping fights in the big moments of PreCure, and in every episode we would have nice fights that the girls rampaging and doing lots of different things. I feel like that was more or less what we got today. It was amazing. Not an important episode, this one, but still, it was super interesting to see them fighting. All of them in their own way. You know, Wing flying during the fighting scene a lot, Sky punching, and Prism using her beams a lot as well. But there is one big difference here that I find very interesting. Both Sky and Wing are very physical in what they're doing. Wing is doing his best to learn how to fly, and Sky is training to be a hero. So that kind of translates into their battles. Prism, on the other hand, isn't working towards anything physical. She isn't working towards anything specific, which is totally okay. And so this reflects into the fights. Like she has powers, she is able to use her powers, but they're just beams. She doesn't have like fighting techniques like the other two. And in this episode, it was a nice touch, and seeing Prism like struggling a little bit was nice. And because she was struggling, the other two had a way of supporting her. And look, there is one thing that I absolutely loved about this. I'm getting a little emotional talking about it, which is sometimes we're not able to see how valued we are, and we are not able to understand that there is value in what we do. But the best thing in the world is to have people around you that can show you your value, that can show you how much you're worth. And I loved seeing that with Wing and Sky, doing that to Prism in this episode. It was amazing. But before that, Prism was able to stand on her own and get up on her own. She didn't need those phrases. She found the strength in herself. So it was like doing 1 + 1 here. Getting Prism was able to stand by herself and to stand up for herself with her own power. And at the same time, she got the validation from her friends, from the people that she treasures a lot. So those two things are coming together. It's not just, oh, I'm only relying on other people's opinions. No, she was able to do it by herself, and she got the inspiration from them as well. It was so nice. I loved it. And it was nice that we were able to see her solo attack again in this episode. I find the animation super cute. I love it. And we were also able to see Wing's solo attack as well. In this episode, it felt even weaker than in the previous one. Wing, I am so sorry, baby. You are being done so dirty. Even though Wing rocked in the battle. Overall, it was gorgeous. What a battle we had. And Katon even used Welcome to Heaven in this episode. Maybe even Katon got his chance to shine. I just loved it. Even though he didn't chant the name of his attack. It was everything. I'm so sorry, but Katon is everything. And then the girls were able to defeat the big monster with their own powers, their dual powers. And Katon ran away using his attack in a minor version. Oh my god, Katon, I love you so much. I am crazy about Katon. And so at the end, Tsubasa realized that Yakitai wasn't the thing he wanted. He wanted the feeling that he had when he ate with his dad and with his mom. He had that moment with them, and that was what was important for him. It's like the real treasure is the friends we made along the way. And this is so real. This is a meme phrase, but this is so real. It's a meme, but it's real. It is so real in everything we do in life. The path, the travel, the trip, the experience is usually better than the end goal. Or at least the memories will stay with us more than everything else. And so I really like that. It was very cute. And it just strengthens the bond between the three of them, which is something very nice. And at the end, we have a big party. We have all of them celebrating. The food, they all looked delicious. Yui would love this. She would die in this feast. I would too, Yui. Girl, I miss Yui. I like Yui a lot. You're precious. You are very precious. And at the end, Mashiro was writing to her parents and she was saying that she learned to value herself. I really love this. Oh my god, I love Mashiro. And there is something about Mashiro's character and the way she is brought up that I also love. Sora and Tsubasa are working directly for a goal that they want to do in life. But there are some people that don't have a set goal like that. They don't have one specific dream that they're working on very hard. And that is a way of living life. That is just how Mashiro is doing it. And the show never diminishes her for that. On the contrary, it highlights that she is special because of the way she is, and not because she's working towards something. Her personality is enough for her to be valued. Mashiro is Mashiro, and that is enough. I loved it. Episode 10, you are amazing. And oh, another thing that I really liked was Tsubasa mentioning that he talks to his mom and dad through the mirror pad that Yo-Yo has. And it's a nice thing that we didn't know before. I just wonder how they got the stones to recharge the mirror. Probably Tsubasa got them, or even Yo-Yo got them. We don't know. But what matters is that everything is well in Tsubasa's land. What an amazing episode. And my hero corner of this episode has to be the ending part when Mashiro is writing in her diary saying that she learned to value herself. That was such a cute moment, such a special moment that I just love seeing. I am so happy for Mashiro, and I feel like I'm always having to revisit that side of myself. That's why I saw myself in her in lots of moments of this episode. Constantly having to go back and remind myself that I have to, I have worth too. And that's something that sometimes we have to do, right? Anyways, Kurostar closed the episode and I just loved her. So I just love Kurostar. I'm crazy about her. Anyways, babes, this was my view on episode 10. Next week, Ageha and Tsubasa are going to interact, and I am so curious to see how this is going to go. Oh my god, Ageha. I just love her so much as well. Cure Butterfly, when will you join Hirogaru Sky PreCure? Anyways, babes, this is it for now. Just want to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. Thank you so much for supporting Magical Cinnamon. Thank you for standing by Magical Cinnamon. It really means the world to me. And if you watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!